San Antonio is most commonly known for its fantastic Tex-Mex, killer barbecue, and one of the USA's most epic battles at the Alamo. Being Texas' most visited city and the 8th largest city in the country, there is a lot to see, eat, and experience here. In this vlog, we'll be sharing the best of San Antonio from its food, missions, and scenery so you can make the most of your trip to Alamo City. Our adventures in San Antonio are starting in downtown. This is where most of the iconic things to do are in the city, like the Alamo. It's also where you can find Hemisfair Park, which is where they held the 1968 World's Fair, and also home to the Tower of the Americas. You can go up to the very tippy top. I think it's like $16 US per person the time that we're filming. We are not going to be doing that this trip, but we've heard it is a fantastic spot to get a vantage point of the city. You can also dine up there. Ooh. We're going to be taking in the history of the city, eating tons of food, getting to know the very famous Riverwalk. But now, let's check out the Alamo. It's totally free to visit the Alamo. You can learn so much about the history of this building and the importance of the mission from the signs outside. But if you want to learn a little bit more about the history or go inside the church walls, you will have to ask for a free timed entry. They let people in every 15 minutes, and if you pre-purchase your free entry online, you can come pretty much any time throughout the day. We also upgraded to a $10 audio guide so we can walk around and learn about the history. We love learning about things like this. The Alamo was constructed by the Spanish in 1718. It was the first of 5 missions in San Antonio. You can visit all of them as a part of the National Parks program today. We will be showing you around a few more. And what we see today is a very, very small portion of what would have been here. The Alamo's walls, or the boundaries, would have gone almost all the way to the Riverwalk. So the Spanish stayed here until 1739, when finally they were like, okay, we're done. We've converted all the Native Americans that we want. We're good. We're going home. But San Antonio had grown into a pretty sizable city for those times. There was about 2,000 people living here. So they started using this area. And over the next 10 years, they started to have more and more conflicts with the Apache and the Comanche. They were like, hey, Spain, we need some help again. So Spain came back and they fortified the church, and that's when they changed the name from Mission de San Antonio de Valero to San Antonio the Alamo. The Battle of the Alamo is what made this place so famous. It is the battle that they tried to win independence from Mexico. They had a 13-day siege here, and on the very last day, it was invaded, and the battle only lasted 90 minutes. Almost every single person was killed here. It was a brutal, brutal loss. But it was just a few days later on the river when they ended up finding the leader, Santa Anna, who had taken the Mexican forces into the Alamo, and they defeated them completely, and that is when they were able to be declared Texanians as their own independent state. It's actually quite sad when you think about it. Like hundreds of people died here, including Davy Crockett. If you go into the long barrack room, which is over in the barracks center near the entrance, they have a 17-minute video that will give you a full summary of everything that happened at the Alamo. We did not watch the movie first, and I wish we had. It's definitely 10 out of 10 must do.
I'm hungry as AF.
Yeah, let's go get some food. Got an Aperol spritz to cool down. It's just what the doctor ordered. Not far from the Alamo and the Riverwalk is Dough Pizzeria. This place is super famous. Guy Ferrari from Food Network came here, tried a bunch of their pizzas. Since then they have blown up. They're known for making their own in-house mozzarella. They use farmed local ingredients, and they make all of their pizza doughs in-house. So I have a feeling it's famous for a reason. We've ordered a pizza that has sausage and mushroom, and we also got burrata. They infuse the mascarpone with truffle essence. They also add ricotta, and they wrap those cheeses in their own house-made mozzarella. I'm ready. I am ready.
Wow. It's a perfect balance of everything. It has the acid from the balsamic, with a little bit of sweetness from, like, I think it's raspberry. It's soft. Yeah, you have the crunch, the bread. Absolutely fantastic. This is not a cheap appetizer. I was kind of like, is it really worth it? Yes.
Oak smoked mushrooms, dude. Those are banging. This is a really good pizza.
Do not miss this spot when you come here.
If you're interested in doing a boat tour, come to the Riverwalk. It is a really fantastic way to get to know the city, to get to know its history about the Riverwalk. We are not going to be doing a boat tour on this trip, but we'll have a link to where you can book it above and in the description video below. But you have to come to the Riverwalk, no matter what. I think the Alamo and the Riverwalk tie for the most popular activity to do in San Antonio. I know it's touristy, the shops or restaurants are often chains that you can find all across the country, but you still have to come here even if it's just for taking a stroll.
Way cooler down here too, close to the water.
For dinner, we headed to Curry Boys Barbecue, an Asian barbecue restaurant. We sadly lost our footage devouring the green curry brisket, but I promise you this is a must-stop for lunch or dinner. It was absolutely fantastic, and it was just down the street from Burger Boy. It looks like just a greasy, delicious cheeseburger. There's a line literally almost out into the street right now for this place, but this is clearly an institution in San Antonio. So it's not normally our MO, but I am going to love it. That was really good. Another fantastic way to spend an afternoon or even a day in San Antonio is coming to the Pearl. The Pearl began as San Antonio Brewing in 1883. It grew to be the largest brewery in all of Texas. It was able to withstand the Great Depression, Prohibition, and up until 2000, when it was bought by PBR, it eventually shut down, which is so sad. It had like 120-year running there, but a developer bought it and they turned it into this amazing and super successful mixed-use property. There's apartments here, but it also has tons of shops and fantastic restaurants. It has like a little food court area where you can come get a cocktail and greenery space to hang out on with a splash pad for the kids. It's just a really, really cool place to visit. And two of the best restaurants to dine at in San Antonio are located at the Pearl. So we will have a full list of all of the places that we recommend eating in the city. We'll have a link for that down below if you are interested in planning a trip here. So let's go do some shopping and grab a brew. If you want beer, you got to come to the Southerly. They're the brewing company here today, and they make very good beers. I am drinking a Goza that has coconut, and sticky rice, and mango. What? We met up with old friends for dinner at Cured, a charcuterie-focused new American restaurant that had fantastic cocktails and food. We loved everything we got, but the poutine and the fried chicken livers are not to be missed. No trip to Texas would be complete without some Texas barbecue. I am so pumped for this right now. We came to 2M Smokehouse, featured on Taco Chronicles, and it was recommended to us by our friends who live in Texas. And guys, it looks incredible. We got 3 types of meat: brisket, Dennis's favorite. We also got a homemade sausage with Serrano and Oaxaca cheese. And we got their newest specialty, which is pork belly and this like orange sauce sprinkled with sesame seeds on top. Sides are ranchero beans and macaroni with homemade chicharron on top. There's like pockets of cheese. I want to cry. Super spicy. That cheese is so nice. And you're gonna love the casing on it. It's really crunchy.
Got a crisp bite.
It's so fatty, it looks so good.
Me having to film this and watch you enjoy this stuff is so torturous.
Perfect balance of sweet, smoky, savory. It has a lot of salt and crunch to it, but it like melts in your mouth.
They're doing it right here. Look at that crust outside and the smoke ring. Man, it's so tender. Oh my God.
There's a National Historic Park preserving and connecting all 5 missions through a 5-mile walking trail or biking trail. Each of them have something very unique to offer. We visited all 5 in the past. Today we brought you to San Jose Mission, which is considered the queen of all missions here. It's not only one of the best preserved missions, but is also one of the largest. And this one, unlike the Alamo, didn't change its life over the years, becoming a safeguard for the Army. This really just existed as a mission, which was originally there to convert the Native American peoples that lived here to Catholicism and make them hardworking European citizens. Kind of a sad thing to be here, but it's also a really important piece of Texas's history. It's a really good mission to see what life would have been like back then. They have a lot of the rooms open all along the corridor, and the church is absolutely stunning. Mission San Jose is also a great spot to see the Spanish-built acequias, or irrigation canals. This one once powered Texas's first grist mill, which ground corn and wheat to feed the people who lived here. Most visitors only see the little downtown hub of the Riverwalk, but the Riverwalk extends 15 miles throughout the city, including connecting the missions. And it's where you'll find most locals, outdoors, exploring, going for bike rides, walking, just getting outside in nature. Since we are traveling in an RV, we are staying at an RV park on the south side of town that connects to the Riverwalk. It's called Traveler's World. It's a sun outdoors resort and it is fantastic. Highly recommend staying there if you are coming here in an RV and need a spot to stay. We love that our RV park has direct access to the Riverwalk. If we had our e-bikes, it would have been so easy to get around the city. We wouldn't have had to deal with traffic or parking. It's not too bad navigating the city at all in a vehicle, but it would be a much more pleasant and I think enjoyable ride getting around on our bikes through the Riverwalk. But yeah, add this to your bucket list for sure. Oh my God, I think a quinceañera is coming.
Quinceañera?
Yeah, there's a girl in some beautiful dress. I love quinceañera outfits. Oh, she's in a ball gown and she's gold and sparkly. I love it.